Hey, Shalom, Shalom. Once again, this is Naaman, the Great Millstone Camp here in DC. Back from another video. But first and foremost, call hello Yahweh, Shem Shah, Shem Gosh, of course. Double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Well, salutations also go out to the fellow occupants that are out there on the highways and the byways. Right? Mission of truth, of course, aided by the many videos that are posted on a daily. All right, that are uploaded for the edification of the remaining hopeful elect. All right, of the Hebrew Israelites, the real Israel. All right, so this is the copyright disclaimer. It says under section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. All right. Allowance is made for fair use for the purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All right, fair use, fair use, fair use. All right, now let's get to the video. This is going to be Willie D. All right, from the Willie D Live site here on YouTube. All right, and as it says, J.D. Vance throws Trump under the bus over this war. Division, 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 just as the prophecy said. You're seeing the decline of the nation of Edom, in particular the ruling class, the elite, and of course, as the others have enjoyed, all right, the rise and the rulership of the elites, hey, they got to go down with them. The Most High, he judges nations, all right? Israel, not all of Israel was wicked, but all of Israel had to pay the price. That's just how it is. Hmm. Yeah, you don't get out of this. You don't get to twist and try to wiggle out like you're used to doing. No, 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 no. As it says in Second Thessalonians, it says, matter of fact, let's get that. I don't want to ruin it before we get to the video. But we're in the time now that this devil is being exposed. Of course, devil meaning liars and deceivers. That's what you're dealing with. All right, let's go to Second Thessalonians 2. Because he has been allowed to get away. It says the man of lawlessness. This is who we're talking about. I'm going to go straight to the point. All right. It tells you right here at verse 7, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Time for this devil to go down. And as it says in Job 14:5, you know, he's got his time. We'll go there, you know, he's not going to go one pass. It says there, what? Wait a minute. Did I hit? No, no wonder. I'm in the Psalms. I was like, wait a minute here. All right, Job 14:5. Seeing his days are numbered, or determined, the number of his months are with thee. In other words, this is the Most High's doing this. All right, he determines. All right, how long each empire is going to rule. And they're aware of these numbers we threw out, 250 year. And they think this is July the 4th will be 250 years. Now, was it here before? Yes, but we're talking about since it was established as a country. All right, that's with the Declaration of Independence, not the Articles of Confederation and all that were before. All right. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Yeah. All right. So let's get into this.
Willie D. Live.
What's up, family? Vice President J.D. Vance sought to reassure Americans over rising fuel prices, describing what he called a temporary blip driven by tensions in the Middle East. Now, it's no surprise that he threw Joe Biden under the bus. But Donald Trump, Massa, Daddy, Christ, Jesus, Lord and Savior, yeah, he threw him under the bus. He thought he was slick, but he was shooting slugs left and right, fam. Essentially saying that the war was a mistake. Check him out.
Well, the President of the United States has been crystal clear about this. Look, gas prices are up, and we know they're up, and we know that people are hurting because of it, and we're doing everything that we can to ensure that they stay lower. I will say, the President said this, and I certainly agree with it. This is a temporary blip. Okay, what happened under the Biden administration is that gas prices were high for 4 years. Gas prices are higher right now, and frankly, they're not even as high as they were during certain parts of the Biden administration because of what's going on in the Middle East. It's not going to last forever.
Natural gas comes out of the ground just like coal does. Gold comes out of the ground just like coal does.
Family, I just got to jump in. I have never heard members of an administration remind the country of the former administration as much as I've heard Trump's administration do.
See,
when it's good.
See, this is the game they play with you idiots. Now, he's well over a year now into his own administration. What the fuck does the previous administration have to do with it at this point? But no, they play these games with you, this psychology shit, all right? Because, one fucks up and then, there's this continuous cycle. And then we know that they're all working together. But they play this game, oh no, you see they fucked up so bad, we're still recovering from their fuck up. And you all believe this shit. How about it's your watch now? You worry about what you're doing.
Going good, they take all the credit. Everything is on them. But anything that go bad, even if it's a temporary blip, it's the previous administration's fault. If it goes good, they get the credit. If it goes bad, it's the previous administration's fault. Let me explain something to you. When you buy a house, you buy the house as is, or with whatever warranties it come with. But it's your house, and you take on the responsibilities of that house. Once you move into that house, in fact, you ain't even got to move in. Once you put your name on the dotted line and you say, the house is now mine, you take responsibility for that house and everything that goes on regarding that house, inside and out. You don't call the plumber and then start saying, well, it wasn't my fault. The people who moved in here before, it was their fault, and they should be the blame. They're the blame, and you should send them the check. Send them the bill. Send the bill to them because it's not my fault. You think that the person that used to live in the house is supposed to still maintain the house? Are they still supposed to mow the lawn, do a little touch up, paint here and there, fix the AC or the heater? Are they supposed to change the light bulbs? They're supposed to come in and clean the house? No, that's on you. You asked for that house. You wanted it. You bidded on it. You won the bid. Deal with it. I can't stand no whining ass man. This is all they do. And they got the nerve to talk about people who complain when they fall short.
Yep.
They love to talk about how other people who complain, and I'm talking about people who have a right to complain, because if you get done wrong, if somebody do you dirty, you have a right to complain. But after you complain, you got a duty to do something about it.
We're going to take care of business. We're going to come back home. And when that happens, you're going to see energy prices come back down to reality. But in the meantime, we got a problem. We know that we have a problem. We're doing everything that we can to address it.
Wait a minute.
Didn't you promise this during the campaign? Just in the last couple of weeks is that we actually worked with a lot of our allies all over the world who are suffering from this, frankly, more than we are, because unlike the United States, where we've pursued an energy dominance agenda, you've got a lot of people all over the world who
but what does that have to do with the promises you made to the people here?
And they're hurting a lot more than we are. So as much as we got to focus on getting these gas prices down, the reality is overseas they're feeling it far worse than we did, because we've taken the steps to protect our energy economy. So, for example, what we did working with these allies, that we released hundreds of millions of.
See, one thing you got to understand too, there's a division in, I call it the ticket, the president and the vice president. All right, because the guy here, Vance, is with the Heritage Foundation. All right. And he's a stooge of Peter Thiel. Let me show you who Peter Thiel is. All right, billionaire. All right. I think it's TH. All right. There he is. This sick bastard here. All right. Peter Andreas Thiel. All right. Is a German and American entrepreneur, venture capitalist, and political activist. A co-founder of PayPal, Palantir Technologies, which is the main concern here, and Founders Fund. He was also the first outsider investor in Facebook. According to the New York Times, as of December 2025, like 3 months ago, Thiel's estimated net worth stood at $27.5 billion, placing him among the 100 richest individuals in the world. All right. Born in Germany, Thiel was taken to the U.S. by his parents when he was 1 year old in 1971. His family moved to, wait a minute. Bullshit. How could he be one and it says he was born in 1967? Anyway, simple math. All right. His family moved to South Africa, then Southwest Africa. Who else is from South Africa? Before moving back to the U.S. in 1977. After graduating from Stanford, he worked as a clerk, securities lawyer. Well, I'm not going to go, you can read that for yourself, but let's go on down. Our life and education, career, PayPal, Clarium Capital, Palantir, let's see, Facebook, Founders Fund, let's see what that is. All right. Let's see. In 2005, Thiel created Founders Fund, a San Francisco-based venture capital fund. Other partners in the fund include Sean Parker, Ken Howery, and Luke Nosek. The Founder Fund focuses on defense-related startups and technology, i.e. Palantir. Skipping down here. Damn, I can't even see what a cursor is now. There it is. All right, right here it says the fund, Founders Fund, cast Palantir and Duril and the newly minted nuclear startup General Matter as the three parts of a trilogy to which it hopes to add others, among which a plan for onshoring ultraviolet light lithography. All right. Now let's see general, let's see Valiant at the Capitol. All right, Quantum Systems and Stark. So this guy's, and we know this is all about what's going to lead to, he's contributing. Let's see, Teal Bio. All right. Let's see. What's the focus of this? Cancer treatment. I suspect cancer is but just a small part of that. Let's see, Rivendell Companies. Shares, of course. Let's see. See, they got all kinds of tricks, especially when a guy's got his hand in so many things here. Let's see, other business enterprises. I want to get into his politics. That's what I'm looking for here. Gawker lawsuit. I'm not going to go into that. Philosophical views. All right. Teal is described by different authors and media sources in different ways. He identifies as a libertarian. He has been called an Ayn Rand. Okay, libertarian. Oh, that figures. Plutocratic reactionary. Militants. Techno-librarian. Libertarian, sorry. Going down. I want to show you if it says here he's connected with, let's see, all right. Come on. This is way before. Because supposedly Vance is handpicked by this guy. Let's see. Come on. Let's see. Political views. I don't see it here. Let's see. British Empire. Political views. Let's see. Big tech. National conservatism. So now in this one it says he's a self-described conservative libertarianism. See? All right. Let's see. Because just libertarian in and of itself, he could be, that third party. But now here's the link with the conservatives. All right. Let's see. For Die Wait, that's German. Some German paper. Let's see. God dang it. International relations. I'm still looking for them mentioning Vance. Let's see. 2019. Let's see. Here it is. Okay, as far as the link to Israel. In 2024, Palantir became a strategic partner of Israel in military technology. In an occasion, both Teal and Karp visited the country it says in a 2024 interview with Barry Weiss, who was just given the reins at CBS. Yes, she was. All right. That advocated cooperation with Israel to deter Iran from getting nuclear weapons, which Iran was never interested in acquiring nuclear weapons. All right. Let's see. Blah, blah. I'll let you read that by yourself. It's just something I'm looking for. NATO expansion. Damn it. Let's see. All right. Maybe under political activism. All right. Teal is a member of the steering committee of the Bilderberg Group, a gathering of intellectual figures, political leaders, and business executives characterized as focused on defense and espionage, as well as Atlanticist and Europhile. This is nothing but so-called white supremacy, Edomite supremacy, all right? Let's see. Come on, looks like if it mentions Vance, it's going to be in this section here. Let's see. American Foundation for Equal Rights. Yeah, right. And Go Proud. Let's see. Let's see. Skipping up. Here it is. In 2023, Business Insider reported that Till became an FBI informant in 2021. Business Insider also noted the fact that politicians sponsored by Till, including Vance and Masters, had repeatedly attacked the FBI and its leadership in public. According to former FBI agent Jonathan Buma, Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, and David Sachs have been targets of Russian intelligence. Buma notes that Thiel cooperated with the FBI to identify the foreign espionage network. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Did I skip something? Because it just said about his last name. Let's see. Let's see. Wall Street Journal, James. Let's see. O'Keefe. I just want to make sure I didn't skip over something here. Coulter. Could that be Ann Coulter? Yep. Let's see. Till. I did skip over something. Till, all right, has supported mostly conservative gay rights causes, such as the American Foundation for Equal Rights and Go Proud. I skipped over that part. He invited conservative columnist and friend Ann Coulter to HomoCon. Oh my goodness, as a guest speaker in 2010. Coulter later dedicated her 2011 book, Demonic, How the Liberal Mob is Endangering America, to Thiel. And Thiel donated $10,000 to Minnesota in 2012. Minnesota United to all families in order to fight Minnesota Amendment 1 that proposed to ban marriage between same-sex. So, see, we keep telling you, these people keep playing your dumbasses. All right? They're in this shit together. They play this role in front of you. It's like WWE, at fake wrestling shit, right? It's just entertainment. All right? And you believe it. You dummies, you believe it. All right? These people, listen, for those of you Jakes that have been in the Democratic Party hardcore for the last, since the LBJ, the last 60, just over 60 years now. You've been played. You think the liberal motherfuckers want be equal with you? You think they want to give up their privilege? This is a game to them, and fortunately, more of you have seen this, especially this last couple of election cycles. I'm talking about presidential election cycles. Yeah. Especially when you as a people have done all the hard work and everybody else benefits from what you've done except you. And more people are seeing that. But you still got that hardcore, of dumbasses amongst our people that are going to continue, all right, to play the fool for these bastards. All right, let's back to the video.
Barrels out of all these petroleum reserves so that we could put some downward pressure on prices. We're working on a number of things. In fact, a couple of things that I think will be announced in just the next 24 to 48 hours. I don't want to get ahead of the president on that, but we recognize this is an issue. We are fighting against it, and we promise that when this conflict draws to a close, when this operation draws to a close, we're going to see those energy prices come back down to reality.
Let's stop right there. He said, and we promise. Didn't they?
See, these are puppets. in case you're not grasping what I'm trying to tell you. Let's go to the New Testament. This is 2 Peter 2, and I'm going to go straight to the point, 19. Because they come out here with all this slick talk and, promising you this, promising you that. And this is what's going on. It says, while they promise them, you, liberty, they themselves are the servants of corruption. All right? For of whom a man is overcome, of the same is he brought in bondage. Now, originally this is talking about false prophets and the like. But you people put them on the same level. It's as if these phonies are they might as well be talking the Gospels. Because you put that much faith. And you're seeing how compromised they are with the Epstein files that come out. They can't do nothing. Again, servants of corruption. Being blackmailed. Extorted, whatever. But you put your faith in these people. 2 Peter again, 2 and 19. While they promise them liberty, they themselves are the servants of corruption. For of whom a man is overcome, of the same is he brought in bondage. If nothing else, if you were to take nothing else from the Epstein files, you should know this by now. Back to the video.
They promised their constituents that they were going to bring down the cost of fuel. Didn't they say that? Well, they didn't use the word fuel. They used the word gasoline. We're going to bring down the cost of gas. We're going to bring down the cost of eggs. Groceries, going to bring them all the way down. We're going to make it affordable for you to live, and we're going to bring jobs back. So far, everything they said they were going to do, they did the opposite. Even with mass deportation, they really haven't mass deported nothing. What they have done is put on the mask and went out and harassed. Mm-hmm. They went out and
rhyme it now.
Killed people, terrorized communities, bullied, implemented a lot of bully tactics.
Jakes,
this is
Northern Kingdom, Israelites, Southern Kingdom too. But basically, most of the faces you see is Northern Kingdom. They know who they're dealing with. We've been trying to tell you what this is really about. But no. See, the thing is, with Clinton, talking about bringing jobs back now, no. The death knell began with that NAFTA agreement. That's why I think Ross Perot, in his running against Clinton back in '92, the late Texas billionaire, was so against that because he saw what that was going to do. All right? But what did Daddy Bush, the late Daddy Bush, all right, and Clinton, you sent everything across the border and ultimately overseas. There was never any consideration for the middle class because they always intended to do away with that. Yeah.
They've been doing. They have not helped the people. If you look, you take a poll of Americans and you ask Americans, how comfortable are you with ICE being on the streets of America, I can guarantee you, even the scary Americans would say,
You don't feel like getting up, going out, or working out? Sounds like you don't feel like much of a man anymore. It's not your fault, most likely.
They seen people get killed by ICE. They seen ICE agents.
And now they're at the airports.
They've seen the aggressiveness of these guys, the way that they behave uncivilized.
See, the thing is, we initially thought that ICE wasn't getting paid, but they're getting paid. They're getting paid out of some fund. I looked it up. It's a matter of, moving money around and all that shit. They made sure that their ICE was, these thugs were going to get paid. But you're going to let the TSA work for nothing? I mean, these people got bills, no matter what bills they are, but, some of which mortgages, rent, car payments, people not going to, that they're indebted to, are not going to let that go. Now, they went through this the end of last summer, all right, up until, sometime in December. Wow. People are tired.
Like a bunch of bullies. Now, here's what some of these Americans don't factor in when they say, I still support no matter what. These are the people who think it'll never happen to them. Even some of the people that's been deported or had their family members deported, and maybe the family member was documented, or maybe they were undocumented, and maybe they had green card status, whatever it was. They thought it wouldn't happen to them. And then their wife got deported, or their husband got deported, or their child got deported.
Yeah, isn't that always the case?
Or a grandparent got deported. They thought it would not happen to them. And see, that is the fundamental problem with Americans.
Mm-hmm.
We don't care about each other. We only care about ourselves. A lot of us don't even care about our own family members. A lot of us don't even care about our neighbors. We don't love our neighbors, and we don't love our neighbors' children.
Although
And
people
this
take
is
that
why
out of context,
Our community.
because biblically, that means as it pertains to Israel, not everybody else that's of the heathen nations. All right.
Communities are unsafe. This is why the communities are wide open. Because we don't know who's supposed to be on our street. We don't even know who lives in
Now,
the
say
house.
it right now. We don't know who we are as a people. It's got to start with us. All right. Damn everybody else. And that's how they managed, really. All right. As it says in Psalms 83rd chapter. It gives you the rundown. All this has been done on purpose. And Christianity played a huge part in that. All right. Don't let them know who they really are. Oh, no. Because, see, there's so much power in that.
3 doors down. We don't even know. We don't even know the names of our neighbors. We don't know. And we don't care to know. So this is why when things happen in our communities, oftentimes we have no clue because we don't care. This is why Trump can get away with a lot of what he gets away with. He knows we don't stick together. He knows all he has to do is play the race card And right then and there, oh, he's going to separate millions because people are going to naturally pick the side that they identify with, right? So right there, you got automatic division. And you ain't got to even do nothing. Just take the pen off, throw the grenade, boom. And then they're going to be at war, right? And then you keep on the whole time. You got us looking over here while you over here stealing, padding your pockets, taking everything, including the kitchen sink. Yeah. And then using words like, well, you know, the American people. But the American people, and the American people, they dumbass and be like, yeah, you know, he said the American people. He talking about me. That's my guy. He said the American people. He cares about me. That's all you got to say is the American people. And then at the end of your speech, say, God bless America. And you got him. At least the slow pokes.
Because that's what the president promised to do.
Do you think that the president has taken the right steps with Canada in regards to the bridge, and do you think that it should open on time?
Well, the president's attitude to Canada is they are an important ally. They're an important trading partner, especially for folks in this region of our country. But Canada has taken advantage of the United States of America for far too long. And they've taken advantage of the United States in a couple of different ways. Number one, they have allowed us to subsidize their entire military, their entire security. Canada pays virtually nothing, at least until a couple of years ago, for their own security, which means we had to foot the bill for that security. Is that fair to you and your kids that you have to pay for the military of a foreign country? No. So the President of the United States said to the Canadians, number one, you guys got to take your own security more seriously. You're always going to be an ally.
Why don't you
but
tell
why don't you have a
Israel
little bit
that?
more self-sufficiency? And I think that makes complete and total sense. The second thing the president said is, if we're going to be true friends, you have to treat our workers as fairly as we've treated Canadian workers for 40 years.
See, all you have to really do when you're lying is tell a little bit of truth. Like say something that everybody can agree with. And then everything else you say really don't matter. You can tell as many lies as you want to after that because you already got them to agree. He says, hey, you know, isn't it fair? Isn't that fair? You know, if you just, you know, we're just asking you to, you know, take care of your own, you know, security. Like, you've been mooching off the United States, you know, for years. And,
Israel.
You know, it's time that you know, step up and do a little something. Isn't that fair? Like, yeah, everybody like, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Damn what America has been able to get off of Canada. See, America don't do nothing for no country without getting something out of it. So they're not protecting Canada out of the goodness of their heart. It is imperative that Canada is secure because Canada is America's next door neighbor. You invade Canada, you got America. You get into Canada, you set up shop in Canada, you set up military bases in Canada, and right next to America. America don't need that. They don't want that. They do not want to have Russia or China literally in their backyard or as their next door neighbors. So they have to bring some ass to get some ass.
Simple as that.
But what say you, fam? Drop a comment.
You know, but what a few moments ago, he was talking about all they have to do, they got this down to an art, how they can work you motherfuckers. All right. Say a little of this, throwing a little of that. All right. And then cap it off by saying, God bless America. And you fall for it every fucking time. You idiots. But that's America. The simps. All right. Man, this place is done. As it says in Jeremiah, there is no healing. All right, that's good. They said we would have healed America, but this place is done. All right, as it was predestined to be. All right. The utter destruction of Babylon. This is Jeremiah 51. All right. 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Most High, whose name is Yahweh, all right, in his hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. What wine are we talking about? Are we talking about Manischewitz? Are we talking about, the physical wine? No, we're talking about philosophy and doctrine and not that cheap fortified shit like Ripple and, Mogan David and, Irish. You know where I'm going. All right. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. All right, and it tells you that in Revelation 18th chapter, starting at verse 4, about this place's sins have reached up to the heavens, and as a consequence, this is going to be that altar, that sacrifice. All right, this place is done, and I say good riddance. All right. So with that, once again, I hope whoever views this video, again, this has been, more division. All right, Mark 3rd chapter, starting at 23, all right, and 24. All right, this is what it's about. And even their fellows, their Confederates, all the Edomites hate this bitch. All right. Any wonder why? So with that, once again, so much is going on. Keep your eyes and ears open. Remain circumspect out here, especially now. All right. So with that, until the next video, hey, shalom, shalom.